Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom with Carnivore Talk. We also talk a little bit about carnivore and keto, but mostly we talk about behaviors and feelings and how we handle doing our daily food program. Most of us are seasoned veterans in the diet world, and so we know exactly what's going on. We've done a lot of metabolic damage to ourselves, the deranged metabolism, one of my favorite little phrases. And so we finally come upon carnivore, we leap in, and then we go to work and we start watching every carnivore video we can, especially those of females. Wouldn't it be nice if there were more carnivore older people, but there aren't. And we begin to think, why aren't I doing something that way? Why am I letting that go? Why am I being so, comparative? Why am I beating myself up so much because that person has had tremendous success and I haven't? Well, first of all, if she's old enough to be your granddaughter, you might want to remember that your metabolism's going to handle things a little bit different, right? And so that's just how it goes. So you need to stop beating yourself up. Say that after me. I'm not going to beat myself up. And you're just going to be gentle with how you conduct your carnivore food plan. Why? Because it's you. And you need to take care of yourself. You're not in a race. You're not in a sprint. It's not by the 4th of July weekend. No, it's not. You are getting healthy. You want to promote your longevity. So the things that you do are just for you, and finding your bliss point, as they say in the junk food world in the labs, as they try to poison you with another artificially flavored something. Did I say that? But I digress. So you know what I'm saying. There's a bliss point for you. How do you tell a bliss point? You can tell a bliss point when you wake up in the morning and you feel kind of good. Your mood feels kind of light. How do you feel? You feel balanced. You get out of bed and you feel, a little bit of energy. Oh, this is a nice addition. I'm enjoying this. And then you pause and reflect. Don't forget to pause and reflect. And you look back at what you had to eat yesterday. Wow, that was a menu that served a lot of purposes. What did you do? Well, you had foods that matched. You had foods during a meal that made sense. You had foods, maybe you had 3 MAD, maybe you had 2 MAD. I still don't suggest snacking, though. But if you're still having 3 meals a day or 2 meals a day, you don't have to be OMAD. Nobody says you have to be OMAD. There's just a lot of us, like me, that does the OMAD because we like the whole emptying out. I'm not doing it for autophagy. I just like to have one hearty meal that I look forward to, lots of meat, maybe some eggs sometimes, maybe some cheese sometimes, and then I'm good for another 23 to 24 hours till the next day. And so that's why I like OMAD. It has nothing to do with, autophagy or fasting or anything like that. I have what I have because I like it. I found my sweet spot, my bliss point, and so I continue to do it. This is my last cup of coffee for the day. It has 35 grams of Keto unsweetened creamer. It has 10 grams of Plugra butter. It is a VitaCup medium roast. That's it. And I put it in my Ninja Bullet frother, and I just go to town on it. And then I enjoy the froth, and then I enjoy the cup. And then that will be it for the day. It's a little afternoon. I do have my apps on for my Uber and Lyft driving, but I'm just taking the chance that nothing happens. This is usually when my day falls off a cliff, just when I'm tired enough. I began at 5 in the morning, and so I had a good run in the morning. and I'm happy. And so I'll go and vacuum my car after this and turn it off for the day and put together Greg's and my meal. But back to beating yourself up. You're an older person, most likely. You've been doing all kinds of food plans for all kinds of years and decades, most likely. And so you finally landed here, and you're finding that having bacon and eggs for your first meal, and then like a bison burger, a lamb patty, scrambled hamburger, maybe a ribeye, maybe 4 or 5 lamb chops, maybe a combo of all those sort of things, some spare ribs, some nice fatty spare ribs. So you find that you begin to have this sort of stuff and it works for you. The carnivore lifestyle works for you. You're not looking to game it. You're not looking to cheat. You're not looking to begin to allow yourself treats again. You've eliminated a lot of things that may have aggravated your metabolism. I know for me, I wish it wasn't so, but it was. The thing that got me to being a carnivore was that my body began to reject vegetables. At around the same time that my body was rejecting vegetables, I started seeing an awful lot of videos on anti-nutrients, also known as vegetables, and oxalates. And it's like, well, how funny is this? Hand in hand. Coincidence? I wonder. So it just kind of worked out for me because I always hear that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And the teacher has appeared in so many different ways. From William Davis talking about giving up grains and sugars, that was the teacher, to giving up grains and sugars and having a very low carb food plan. That came to me reading Jason Fung and hearing about snacking and things like that. That came to me just in time. Hearing about ketofying and seeing the unhappy people that were ketofying, that still are ketofying. I see people in the keto world that are ketofying their meals, suffering from weight gain, call it inflammation, and continue to do it because they're addicted to their treats, their cheats, their candy bars with wigs, their halo top ice cream, their fat bombs, their dessert manufacturing, cookies, all that kind of stuff, because they're ketofying it and they think, well, this is kind of safe. I can still do this, but they're not losing weight. And they're blaming it on something else besides the fact that it could be game over. When I watch some of these videos and I know that these people are in their 40s going on to 50, I kind of smile like the Cheshire Cat. It's like, well, welcome to our world. We got away with what we got away with, no matter what food plan you were doing, even if it was Weight Watchers. You might have been able to get away with your 10 pieces of fruit every single day and, spending your points on all kinds of things, the thin breads and the English muffins and the pockets and all that kind of stuff. And then switching the Weight Watcher program to the latest and greatest one that's out. No reference to Oprah becoming a twig, but that's just me. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But anyway, you're not going to beat yourself up for not being a twig at the top of the mountain with a real strong right leg kick for anybody that doesn't do it the way that you think they should. That person may be doing it. It might work for them. You don't know where they came from. They might not even know where they come from. Sometimes wisdom comes at the end of a long walk, also known as the journey. And so, we don't get to what we get to overnight. Sometimes we just follow what our gut is telling us and it begins to work and we get lots of nice non-scale victories. We stop obsessing about the scale, for those of us that obsess about it and don't use it as a really good tool, because some of us don't know what a good tool is. We just want to see that number again. I want to see what I weighed in high school. Yeah, but you've had 4 babies and you're 68 years old and you're on medication and you've had a lifetime of this diet, that diet, this diet, that diet. So be kind and patient to yourself. It's going to take what it's going to take. I think that the best part about being carnivore is how I feel. And a lot of people get to that too. At first, there's that initial, I want to whoosh, I want to lose weight, I want to get mean and lean and all that kind of stuff. And then the head starts changing, the mindset starts changing, and you start to say, it's really not about the scale. Maybe I don't have to be that single digit size after all. Maybe I just have to be me and comfortable with me eating the amount of animal products that I eat, and I feel good, and it lasts me until the next day. Now, one thing I learned about carnivore, which is kind of funny, is that if I eat enough meat, fatty meat, then I'm carried all the way to the next day, a whole full 24 hours away. It works. I'm not hungry. I don't have to have 4 eggs at 8 o'clock at night because I couldn't make it. My body and I have worked on adjusting to what works. Sometimes fatty meats take less ounces to make me feel ding, 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 content, satiated, and done for the day girly, right? Other times, if the meat's kind of lean, I could probably double the amount of ounces because it doesn't feel as fatty, satiating, if you're following me. So I just kind of have gotten to know my body. I use the same luncheon size plate from Fiesta. I think it's 7 inches wide. And I fill my plate and I fill my belly. And then my head gets the message probably 15 to 20 minutes after I've completed my meal. And I am content. It has worked yet another day. Then I'll go to bed and I won't have, dreams of, what am I thinking? Sugar plums and all that kind of stuff. I go to bed. I have a good night's sleep for the most part, unless something is painful. As I adjust to the rebounder, I'm finding that sometimes things get a little overtired because I have over enthusiasm for it. Yeah, I know. Surprising, huh? And so, this, the person that wants something yesterday, right? And so, anyway, it just works for me. I don't beat myself up anymore. I don't watch somebody that had a baby a day and a half ago and is back into their skinny jeans that they wore before they got pregnant. I'm not going to torture myself with people that are 30 years younger than me. It's not worth it. It's just like watching a keto-fied video and going, wah, 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 because I can't have keto-fied foods. That's crazy. It's much nicer to watch a video where there's a man or a woman and they're having like a 2-pound ribeye or, 2-pound porterhouse, or they're having a whole bunch of burger, all that kind of stuff. And, it's my reality. It's the carnivore lifestyle. I've signed on to it for all the good reasons that make me feel better. So I'm not going to watch, videos that give me FOMO, fear of missing out. How stupid would that be? How stupid. I don't want to be stupid. I want the relief in my brain. I want the relief in my head from all those years of turmoil of like, why can't I have that? And why can't I look like her? And how come blah, 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 blah? It's just accept your place right where you're at right now, especially if you're over 50, okay? Even if you're maybe over 40, but especially if you're over 50, over 60, over 70. This is where you're at. Big girl panties, big boy boxers, and enjoy the heck out of your life. You have no idea what could happen, what's ahead of you, so you might as well enjoy today, the good cuts of meat, the best that you can buy, maybe some dairy, maybe some eggs, and enjoy it. Maybe even a fatty coffee every now and then, maybe some mineral water. Just enjoy. Don't sit there and think that you should be doing charts and graphs about this and that and still buying, a boatload of supplements. I reintroduced supplements because I felt they were needed, because I'm an older woman and maybe I'm not getting everything I need. My heart was palpitating a little bit. I was getting a little more anxious. And so I watched enough electrolyte videos that I saw that sometimes we're not getting enough potassium. Sometimes we're not getting enough magnesium. So I included them back into my food plan and I feel great. I don't have that racing heart. I don't have that anxiety. I don't have that wake up in the middle of the night thing that I've had before. I don't have that racing heart. So something seems to be working with those. So don't discount if a supplement has worked for you. If you gave it all the way up, excuse me, like I did for the first 6 months, 7 months of my carnivore way of eating, I went without supplements. And then I began to notice a shortfall, as it were, some health things that just didn't feel as comfortable as I felt with my first few months of carnivore. I must have depleted a stock, what I had or something like that. So follow your body, listen to yourself. If you have a doubt about something, maybe do some research. Dr. Google, Dr. YouTube, in that little search button, do electrolytes with carnivore. Maybe you'll run into the videos that I've watched where it says just because most people say they don't have any supplementation doesn't mean you're one of those most. You could be one of the ones that needs to go back to supplements, to electrolytes, to taking care of yourself. Maybe you're not getting enough water. I don't know. I don't know if you're not getting enough water, but if you have more water and you begin to feel better, maybe this works. Most of us don't want to have so much water that we're up all night peeing. I think one of the goals that I had was to go the whole, ideally 8 hours solid with no peeing in the middle of the night. I know, TMI, I don't know. But, and that has happened. I don't know if it's because I trained my body or my body just got used to it and that was the right response. I don't know. But I'm happy with the liquids I take in. I'm happy with the supplements I take. I'm happy with my fatty cuts of meat, my limited dairy, and my, limited eggs as well. It just is a food plan that works for me at 68 and a half. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Carnivore Chit Chat. I'll see you the next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.